Welcome back to the Sooner Surge Thunder edition. Thunder get the win tonight in the NBA Cup semifinals against Houston Rockets. Chippy game again and very defensive performance like it was a few weeks ago down in Houston. Thunder get the 15-point win, though, behind a massive fourth quarter from the entire team. To move on, they play the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Cup championship on Tuesday night. So big win tonight. Slow start from SGA, but he still finished with 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals tonight. So another big performance from this team's leader.
Yeah. And not only SGA, I think guys watching the game, Lou Dort tonight, they dared him and he made him pay. With three threes, I think, in the third quarter. It may have been 4. I just thought if you're going to get that Lou Dort, you're going to be very hard to beat because the Thunder struggled. Thunder struggled, especially in the first half, at getting points. This was, guys, I watched this game. I told my oldest son, I'm like, there's some defense being. Houston is so much more better than they were last year. It's not. It reminds me of a Thunder team from last year.
This game, it was a struggle early on. I think the halftime score was 42-41 or something, really low scoring.
Low scoring game.
Yeah. But a couple of things stood out today. One, Hartenstein's defense was really good. I showed up in this game. The other thing is this. Guys, first time, I don't know, I'd have to look at the stats exactly, but they outshot an opponent at the free throw line. The Thunder shot 32 free throws. Now, they made 28 of them, I believe. So they shot really good from the free throw line. ShaiGilgeous-Alexander, 14 to 15. And this is right. This is exactly right, Greg God. iHeart, when Chet, it's unbelievable. I'll say this right now. I loved the iHeart move in the offseason. I did not expect iHeart to be this big of a difference maker with this team without Chet. I didn't expect what they're doing with him. It's unbelievable, guys.
I expected them to obviously make a difference, but not to this level to where, as Greg God's saying, imagine what it's going to be like when you're able to have Chet Holmgren at the 4 with Isaiah Hartenstein at the 5. It's impressive. Yes. Yeah.
Well,
And then just for the Thunder, you mentioned the free throws. Great to get 32 free throws and only miss 4 of them. Lou Dort missed 2 of them. You're really not missing any at that point, not many. And Thunder started off shooting the ball terribly in the first half.
Yeah.
At one point, 2 of 17. They finished 11 of 30. That means they finished 9 of 13 from 2 of 17 on. So a lot less three-pointers, making the open looks, and that's really the difference in this game is how the Thunder were able to respond from beyond the arc and then force Houston to have to chunk up 46 threes, and they only made 11 of them.
Yeah, and the defense tonight, guys, Van Fleet was 0 for 8 before he made his first basket, I believe. And then, Hartenstein, guys, his basketball IQ is through the roof. He knows when to tip it. He knows when, to grab it. I tell you, it's like tip it, grab it, bop it, twist it, just screen it, pass it. He's like the old game you used to have. This guy's phenomenal.
Are you telling the bop game?
Then, guys, Cason Wallace, he has not made the stride that J-Dub made his first year to second year, but it ain't far behind it.
No, it's been really good. I think my biggest question right now, and first off, let me answer this question from Sooner Splash. The Bucks right now are playing good ball. Giannis is playing really good. I don't know how many games he got consecutive over 30 points. He's playing really good. I think it'll be a great matchup. KC Carter, they did not shoot good from three-point range. Rockets didn't. But, hey, what, Hunter?
I think a lot of it, like with the Rockets, is just talking about how physical of a defensive game it was. Look at the Rockets' rotation for this game. They only played 9 guys. 7 of the 9 were played 17 minutes or more. 6 played 30 minutes or more. I mean, Steven Adams only played 6 minutes. Aaron Holiday 5 minutes. I mean, everyone else. I mean, Fred VanVleet led the team in minutes with 41. Jabari Smith Jr. 39. Like, they're playing a lot of minutes. They were on the court pretty much the entire game between those 6 to 7 guys.
Hey, real quick, I got to say something. The couple of things. Like, I'm wondering where Wiggins is going to fit in. Like 10 minutes tonight. 10 minutes tonight. I think his playing time lately has been kind of around that mark, 10 to 12 minutes.
Kenrick was good. Kenrick was good tonight.
Yeah, Kenrick has been really good for the last couple of weeks, really since I was saying that, like, he has to figure it out.
Guys. Aaron Wiggins is trade bait.
Well, see, I think it's going to be interesting with what they do with Aaron Wiggins. They talked a lot tonight about A.J. Mitchell and kind of the role that he has. When the Thunder get another player back, Jay Will going to be the first one that they get back. Where are those minutes going to go? I think one of the two is not going to play. I'm kind of baffled that Aaron Wiggins is only getting 10 minutes when he was starting a couple weeks ago amidst all the Chet injuries and all of that. I think he's a really good player that you should give him some more time on the floor. But they like A.J. Mitchell. They like what they're getting from him, and they keep giving him a solid amount of minutes.
Yeah, but I also think it's because nobody, I think, expected Case and Wallace to make this big of a jump. I mean,
correct.
He's playing 32 minutes. I mean,
yeah, he's playing a ton. Hey, but I will say this, guys. I know I said trade bait, but if you can keep Aaron Wiggins right now, here's the thing. When you get into playoffs, you're not playing Mitchell. You're going to go with an older guy usually in playoffs. Right. Most teams do. And Aaron Wiggins can be a lockdown defender. So I do think that there is a spot for him in the playoffs where, you need him to – you need a defensive possession where you want your 5 dogs out there defending. Aaron Wiggins is one of those guys. So if you can keep him, yes. Where he hits, I don't know.
They're not getting rid of him. They extended him this offseason. There is no way Aaron Wiggins is getting rid of unless Sam Presti is making some kind of move that none of us on here could see coming, because Aaron Wiggins would then be included in something like that. But you don't extend a guy like they did to then move on from him mid-season.
And I agree, Lance.
Hey, Jay Hunter, do you guys think they're already better?
They're better. I think they're a better all-around team with depth and everything. Yes.
Now
yes. I would say that, but
they're a better shooting team. They're a better shooting team by far.
And then, as you say, Jeremy, they have to prove it. That team with KD, Westbrook, and Harden, they went to the finals. They lost in 5, but they got there. The Thunder team hasn't made it out of the second round yet, but they are so far ahead of schedule. I mean, 2 years ago, they had no business making the play-in tournament. When you look at the projections for that season, they did. SGA carried them all the way there. Last year, same deal. They're going to be another play-in team. There's no way they do anything more than that. They're the number 1 team in the West. They just weren't able – they got a tough draw in the second round, but they have made the additions they've needed to get over that hump, to go to the Western Conference Finals and maybe even the finals this year. And who knows, they might win it. I think this team is good enough to do it. They just have to prove it.
And I'm with Grey God. I am not making one trade. I am not. I don't care when trade deadline is. I don't care when you tell me it is. I don't know when it is. I don't care. I'm not trading anybody. People have said out there, get a backup ball handler. No, I don't do it. This team, the chemistry, everything about it. You get Chet coming back. You get J. Will coming back. I would not make a trade. I wouldn't mess with that,
because you're going to be. We're talking about how good Case and Wallace has been. Yeah, how no one really expected that. When you get Chet Holmgren back in March or April, whenever it is, Case and Wallace is going to be coming off of the bench.
Yeah.
So again, why make another move? Because Jeremy, you already talked about it. Once the playoff come around, you're going to cut minutes, smaller rotation, less guys playing. Why bring in somebody else?
Yeah, and they actually Casey Carter. Actually, Casey Carter, they kind of messed up trading last year.
That was their issue last year. They would have been better off to stick with Trey Mann than trading him for Gordon Hayward.
Hayward did not work out.
Hey, I saw the comment about comparing this team to the team that had Westbrook, Harden, and KD. You know, they had Serge Ibaka. I guess you could say Hartenstein's kind of like the Thunder Serge Ibaka on that team, but he's much better. And here's what I would say on the comparison deal. This team is better defensively than that team was.
Yeah.
Second of all, there is a comparison where I think this could be a weakness for this team, guys. And I'm going to say it because I've said it some night. That team with Westbrook, KD, and Harden, there was one negative that people continue to talk about. Part of it was because of the coaches that were there, but they would talk about hero ball. OKC does at times, SGA included, even tonight, early on in this game. Dylan Brooks was, Jay, don't shake your head at me. Dylan Brooks was frustrating SGA a little bit. I thought they could have moved the ball a little better early on. Now, obviously, when a shooter gets hot, I just think in a playoff situation, they are very talented across the board. 5 guys. If they move the ball, guys, like the Spurs used, they're not going to get beat in 7 games. I'm just telling you that right now. You can't get caught up playing hero ball and shooting 43s. You just can't.
I wouldn't call it hero ball. I mean, SGA only shot, 21 shots tonight?
And early on, he was about 0 for his first 7 or 8, Jay.
Yeah, and then he got it going. Sometimes that happens, Jerm.
Yeah, he started off bad, but he figured it out down the stretch, able to
he
get.
He took some bad looks, I thought.
Hey, I'll say this, though.
We all said that.
Hey, I'll say this. Lou Dort, if he's going to go 5 for 9 for 3 or something like that, not many teams are going to beat this team. If the last few games, he shot pretty well.
I got an answer to this question. I think I got a pretty good answer to this question. There's 2 teams I can compare this to.
Recent?
Boston.
How recent?
Boston when they had Marcus Smart. That defensive team that Boston had with Marcus Smart. And I'm going to give you another one kind of out of the blue. That the Memphis Grizzlies. When Conley was in his prime, they had Tony Allen. They had Gasol Randolph. They had another guy on the wing that was a really good defender. I think those 2 teams. I don't know.
That's not an out of the blue team. That was one of the best.
Who, Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis is good.
I mean, if you guys remember that series with the Thunder, I think it was that year.
They had some good
talent. All of those guys, like that was a very good defensive team that was a complete headache for the Thunder in the playoffs.
Well, and there's going to be teams that'll beat the Thunder, guys. They may get cold. There's only teams that are going to beat them. But right now, if you're telling me his team's going to beat them 4 out of 7 games, there's not many teams I would pick over them right now.
No,
specifically if Chet comes back healthy. I just think
if he comes back, there's 2 things. He's got to come back healthy, and they got to figure out the rotations a little bit when he gets back. We ready to open the phone lines, guys?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do it for about 10 minutes. Let's open the phone lines.
Hey,
chat to us tonight. The Thunder are going to the NBA Cup Championship Tuesday night against the Milwaukee Bucks, a team that's playing a whole lot better, now has one of their all-stars back in Chris Middleton.
That stadium was awesome. They played at Vegas. It's great.
Did everyone have to wear black?
What do you mean?
In the audience?
No, not that I know of. Why?
Go back. It looked like every audience member had a flashlight they were holding up.
No, that's the lighting in the stadium.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. It's like the aisle lights.
It's awesome. It's
and they
awesome.
dim the lights.
And why don't they host the NBA All-Star Game?
Because they don't have an NBA team.
I don't care who has an NBA team.
But that's how they do
care.
it. Gotta have
Phone
a team.
lines are open.
$500,000 on the line for every player for this game. That's
going to be a good game.
It's going to be a good game.
With how Giannis has been playing, I mean, tonight, 32 points? 32 points, 4 blocks, 9 assists, 14 boards, 12 of 18 from the free throw line. Just unbelievable performance from him, really carrying the Bucks tonight.
Did you watch any of that game with Atlanta?
I watched the final few minutes. I was watching a lot of Army Navy.
Trae Young's really good, man. Great guy.
Had a good game. 35. I love the Hawks. What, Jeremy?
I think it froze on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can't hear you.
Hey, you're frozen, so I didn't see you talking. Sorry. Where would y'all rank Mark out of all the? I mean, he's got to be at the top. Listen, great guy. He's not going to be ranked as the top. He's just not. It did say frozen.
He
where would
won.
y'all rank?
He won Coach of the Year last year. He's top 5.
For sure.
Top 5.
Maybe even top 3. Again, he's super young. He's only been doing it in the NBA for a few years as he coached the Blue before that. But, I mean, to win Coach of the Year already, yeah, he's up there.
I got him 3 right now. I got
Top
Boston's
3.
coach, and then I
got
Steve Kerr. I got Steve Kerr, and then I got Mark Dagnall. What, Jeremy?
7 to 11.
I would agree with that list, Joe.
People can say what they want about Steve Kerr. He can coach ball.
Hey, I think it's same as said with Eric Spoelstra, though. Look at what
I like Spoelstra. He's top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
Who did you say is number 1?
I should go Steve Kerr 1. I'd go Boston coach 2. And then I would go Dagnall 3, Spoelstra 4.
Joe Mazzulla.
That's kind of where I would go probably. Huh?
Joe Mazzulla for
Mazzulla, yeah. Hey, we got a caller on the line.
What's up, Colin?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, this whole game was basically what I wanted it to kind of be like. Like, I watched the full game. The first half was what I thought it was going to be the whole game, which was straight defense, 1 versus 2, turnovers after turnovers, no offense can get going. But like I commented earlier, I think the big key was J-Dub and Hartenstein kind of picking up Shai's load after kind of forcing, like you guys said at the beginning, Shai was trying to play hero ball a little and try to make a standpoint. And I think J-Dub and Hartenstein was able to kind of clean up some of the misses and start getting the offense going. And, of course, once we get the offense going with our defense, I think no team can beat us in the 7-game series.
Let me ask you this, Colin, while you're on here, and thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. Right now, who's the one team that you do not want to face in the playoff? Who's the one team that worries you the most, matchup-wise?
Can I say 2?
Sure, go for 2.
I'll say definitely the Rockets or the Mavericks. Because
the Rockets? You think the Rockets will keep it up?
Their defense is super strong, and I think just from an unbiased perspective, I think they're one superstar away from being up there with OKC and Mavericks. And, of course, Mavericks, they got us last time, and they just have the shooters and PJ Washington. But other than that, I like our chances against any team in the West.
Yeah, hey, right. Colin, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. I agree with Colin, actually, on the Rockets, guys. And I also would say,
I'm not there.
Jay, you kind of got to wait on the trade deadline because some of these teams are going to change their look a little bit. Jay, the Rockets are great defensively. They have a big man that I think is underrated. And they've got veteran leadership in Van Fleet and Dylan Brooks. I mean, they do have a lot that I think people are kind of saying they're not. There's a lot of people who are a little down on the Rockets, and they shouldn't be.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
The Rockets are going to the course of the season will catch up to them. They're extremely young. I think they're at least a year away from making any sort of a true run in the West where they're putting out competitive playoff series. I think their future they're way better than I thought they would be, but I still think they have some time before they're there.
And I think a little bit with Casey Carter said, Golden State's a team that could give you some problems, but also people aren't even talking about the Denver Nuggets, guys. The Denver Nuggets come playoff time, you do not want them. You don't.
My other one is if they figure it out outside of Nikola Jokic, that team has Nikola Jokic. Everyone else does not. I mean, they have a chance in every single series because of how dominant of a player he is.
Hey, the other one be LeBron may spawn in after 60 days off and come in with the Lakers. Who knows with him?
You never know.
If he's still around, don't know where he
Jay
went
Hunter,
to, but he's
Jay and Hunter, give me closing thoughts on this win tonight against the Rockets as the Thunder move to the NBA Cup Finals and play the Bucks on Tuesday night. Closing thoughts for you guys.
Yeah, for me, I mean, physical game early on. Thunder struggled and down one at the half, but again, able to find the three ball, not jack as many threes. The ones they were shooting were falling, and then pull away down the stretch. A 15-point win and outscore the Rockets by 9 in the fourth quarter. Big time stuff, and you're going to see a really good basketball game Tuesday night on ABC at 7:30 Central Time with the Bucks.
And my final thought may rub people the wrong way, and people might leave comments in here after I say this. So I'm ready for it. If you want to drop comments after the show's over, go for it. But my takeaways from this game is this. I think if Chet was playing and iHeart was injured, they lose to Dallas and they lose this game. There, I said it. I think iHeart on defense made that big of an impact in these two games.
Jay, I can't disagree with you because is his name Isaiah Hartenstein or Elmer Hartenstein? Because this guy, to me, is very, in my opinion, one of the glue that holds this team together. I know Hunter's sitting there laughing, but he does so many things, guys, that just don't. It's not in the box score. There are so many things he does that's not in the box score, and I cannot wait for Tuesday night. It is going to be great. I'm not a big NBA Cup guy, but I am this year. Okay,
when your favorite team's playing, you're bound to like it a little more. But even if your favorite team's not playing, I like it. I like the Cup. I mean, these guys, you're talking about it, Jay. Every player getting $500,000 if they win on Tuesday night. You're seeing some really good basketball. It's only December. I mean, playoffs are still 4.5 months away, and you're getting good basketball right now. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Great for TV, great for the game, all of that.
Hey, and I'll say this. I appreciate everybody who's on here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, but also, we have an option. You can join an unlimited membership, which is join the Discord. And right now, there's not enough basketball being talked in the Discord. I would love some more Thunder people in the Discord to talk about the basketball throughout the game. I think it'd be great. There are some that aren't here, Gray God, and some of you guys are. But I would love some more basketball talk, specifically football's winding down, and the Thunder look like they are on a roll to have an outstanding season. So join up. The description's in the link if you'd like.
Yeah, and that's a good kind of posing question by KC Carter there, because when you get to the playoffs, guys, the only thing that really matters at that point is matchups. And as it gets closer, we'll talk about all those. But thanks for joining us tonight on another Thunder Sooner Surge live instant reaction. The Thunder beat the Rockets tonight, advancing to the NBA Cup Finals Tuesday night on ABC against the Milwaukee Bucks. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you next time, Thunder fans.